I basically, for this, started with, what are the best films I've ever seen, and then realised I don't want to watch The Silence of the Lambs over and over again. That's horrific. So then I started to try and think, and it was like, what films, if I was going to watch a film right this second, and it couldn't be a new one, what would it be? And then I started thinking things like Indiana Jones, and then I immediately went, well, I wouldn't take the first one because the plot hole annoys me. I wouldn't take the second one because it's a bit too serious. Maybe I'd take the third one, but compared to so many other films, definitely not. So I immediately got rid of that.
Sure.
And then I went, can I be really tricky here and try and cheat the system? Quentin Tarantino claims that Kill Bill, Volume 1 and 2, is the same film.
Wow.
He claims it's one film, and there was a special cut which was shown only in cinemas, which was Volume 1 and 2 without the middle bit. So they were just like cut together. Because there's a reveal at the end of Volume 1 that's like a cliffhanger. But then, if you get rid of that and you just watch the whole thing through, the ending just becomes so much more powerful. If you've seen it, you'll know what I'm talking about. So I thought, if I'm allowed to have Kill Bill Volume 1 and 2, that makes my top 5 straight away.
Sure.
And then I thought, hold on, every single Tarantino film makes my top 5, but there's more than 5. How do I do this? So I was thinking Kill Bill, Pulp Fiction, Reservoir Dogs, Django, Hateful Eight, Inglourious Bastards. They all are films that I would watch right now. If someone said, pick a film to watch right now, they'd be up there. I was also thinking Chicken Run.
Of course.
Just to, there's Kill Bill, there's Chicken Run. Variety. And another one, technically, the Back to the Future films are in 3 parts. So it's Back to the Future Back to the Future, and then Back to the Future Part 2 and Part 3. If they counted as one film, I still wouldn't take it, but it's brilliant. And then I've got Coach Carter written down.
Oh, wow.
I've got Star Trek First Contact written down, and I've got The Life of Brian. And to be honest, I'm just throwing films names out there. Muppets Christmas Carol is the bottom one on the list as well.
Yeah.
If I was to cut it down and I could only watch one film over and over again, it would probably be Kill Bill, if I'm allowed to have Volume 1 and 2. And if I can't do that, then I would probably pick Django.
Wow.
Just because I feel like they are brilliantly entertaining and they have plenty of rewatchability. I wouldn't say that they're the greatest films ever created. I was thinking a lot about my favourite films like Kubrick. Would I really want to watch A Clockwork Orange every single day for the rest of my life? Probably not. Is it better than Kill Bill? Absolutely.
Sure.
So it was quite a difficult one, this, and I really struggled. But I would say if I'm allowed to take Volume 1 and 2 as one film, it would be Kill Bill, and if not, I'd take Django.
All right. But then also maybe we could say, and let's see if this changes your answer. Well, what we want to be taking is one complete story in film media. So let's open it up to if there's sequels, you could take the entire Indiana Jones, or you could take the entire Lord of the Rings or something.
This is the thing, because with Lord of the Rings, I wouldn't be able to take the first one or the second one or the third one. But if you could take all of them,
because that's what it should be, really. We're picking a story to relive for the rest of the time. So Kill Bill 1 and 2 together, absolutely. But
you've thrown me with the Lord of the Rings. Because I didn't even write them down because I immediately dismissed it, because I was like, what's the point of just watching the second one or just watching the first or the third one? When you put them together, right, I can only ever watch one film for the rest of my life. Is it Kill Bill Volume 1 and 2? Or is it the Lord of the Rings trilogy?
Or is it all the Star Treks?
I think it's definitely not all the Star Treks. My God. There's a reason why I only wrote down First Contact. my favourite,
Okay.
and it's probably the best one. I'm going to stick with Kill Bill, even though Lord of the Rings is brilliant. I think it's just because I've sort of gone off fantasy recently, and I think a lot of that is to do with Game of Thrones.
We should also mention, and I think this will become clearer when we talk about albums, probably, that our answers now could totally be different in a month.
20 minutes.
Yeah.
20 minutes. And I would change my mind and decide, you know what, no, I do want to watch 2001.
Yeah, every day. Because that is 3 movies in one, essentially.
Yeah.
It's a good value for money. But you know what's actually 3 movies in one? Lord of the Rings.
Exactly. I was going to say Back to the Future.
That too. Indiana Jones,
They
if you're not
filmed
counting
that.
the 4th one.
I'm pretty sure they filmed Back to the Future at the same time, 1, 2 and 3, and then staggered the release. And it really shows, because of all the time travel nonsense. They had like the same sets and the same stuff going on. It was brilliant. Anyway.
Yeah.
What about you? What film are you going to take?
Well, so obviously, same as you, I've just started by thinking about my favourite films. The Prestige, The Mask, I really love. Any Batman film, really, preferably The Dark Knight. But but then I agree, it's more important to, in this situation, to think about rewatchability. And for that, I did drift towards the Monty Python films, as you mentioned. Because, like Life of Brian, you can just... And it's just non-stop, but you can just watch it a million times. Or I think recently I watched Holy Grail again, and I was just... I'm like, new things make me laugh every time I watch it. And I know that wouldn't be the case if I'm watching it every day, but still, you've got to appreciate it. But ultimately, something that falls into both of those categories for me as like favourite film and like ridiculously rewatchable is Guy Ritchie's Snatch. Because, I think it is the movie I've seen the most times, watched all the way through the most times, and it is one I would be happy to do again and again, possibly till I die. It's short enough. I think it's under 2 hours. It's like 1 hour 50, which is it's how long movies should be anyway. But yeah, it's really great. Great soundtrack. Brad Pitt doing the best acting of his career. You can't fight me on that. He's representing the travellers community in a somewhat positive light, which is rare. It's just all pretty great, and I love it. And I would watch Snatch every day for the rest of my life, and I think I will watch it again tonight, now that I've talked about it.
I'm also going to watch it tonight. It's on my watch list. My free trial for Sky Cinema or whatever it is expires in 2 days. I've tried to watch one film from it a day. Caught up on a few classics.
Snatch is so good.
Snatch is on there.
Snatch is so good. Jason Statham when he was in Good Things.
The Meg.
Not the Meg. It's just so brilliant, and every character is so likable and different and charming and interesting. And as I've gushed about before on this podcast, I like that there's different stories all going on, and you don't know how they're going to interact at the end. But because it's a Guy Ritchie film, they do all of them clash at the end, and it's great. I know some people prefer his first film, Lock, Stock, Two Smoking Barrels, but I think that was his good first go at what he wanted to do, and then I think he perfected it with Snatch. So ultimately, I would say watch Snatch. It's got Ewan Bremer in it at one point. It's got Vinnie Jones being a big Vinnie Jones man, as he always is. but like also weirdly charming. He's really funny, and he gives a good funny monologue at the end. It's just all great.
Well, Vinnie Jones might come up when I talk about TV.
Oh,
And not in a way that
Arrow
anyone
season
expects.
2.
Oh, wow.
Or The Cape. Those are the 2 superhero things he's been in, so that's why I know him. Go on. So that's my favourite film. Well, that's
Snatch.
the film I would take with me.
That's what you're taking with you.
And
So far in our inventories, I have Kill Bill Volumes 1 and 2 put together in the extended cut.
The CDs are glued together.
So I can't actually watch them. And then I've also brought with me David Copperfield because I've never read it, and I thought, why not roll the dice, have a gamble. And you have
10 Years in an Open Necked Shirt by Dr. John Cooper Clarke, punk poet extraordinaire, and Snatch on Blu-ray.